two stretch limousines escorted by police officers on motorcycles through Montego Bay. The occasion was complemented by a marching band. Smith was also an anti-vaxxer. He was of the view that the world was in trouble, especially due to the COVID-19 vaccine. He argued that the drug represented the mark of the beast and unvaccinated people were purebloods. In the days leading up to the killings at the church, he encouraged members to withdraw their monies from banks which had implemented vaccine mandates. And here he was on another occasion charging members of the congregation a fee for attending church late.
Those of you who are late this morning, can I have the late book? I know all who was here from this morning. Put it in this. How many of you were late? $200 can pay for the whole of your Jingman family.
But his story goes deeper than what he said and did at the pulpit. A relative told TVJ News Smith was born in St. Catherine. Our checks further indicated that Smith had been preaching in Jamaica for close to 10 years after he returned from Canada, a well-educated man. He held a Kevin Smith came to public attention over a week ago when cult killings took place at the Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries that he led in Montego Bay, St. James. But for his followers, he was known for close to 10 years. During that time, his bizarre teachings and methods were shared with his flock.
If you come from a family of witchcraft, you can identify it. You pee bed late into life. I want to talk to you tonight. Can I continue teaching? You urinate the bed late. That's why you know there's witchcraft in your family.
He also had a taste for the flamboyant. On his birthday on April 10, 2018, he traveled in one of...
Everyone, I hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching me from. This is Eli, your boy, and there is this pressing issue called Christianity, Islamic, just in the big sense called religion. And so many people have been deceived into getting into churches or religions that are not abiding by the laws of a given country. And we have been seeing so many people dying in their early stages in the churches, sacrificing their lives for rituals, for some 2 or 3 people calling themselves pastors or prophets to benefit from whatever, from their blood. And just to be simple, I mean the cult. We all know that religion is the link between we human beings and God, or our creator, or Allah. So there has been so many people taking advantage of this, and many churches and congregations and ministries have come in place with those people with greed to ascend into being wealthy or achieving the worldly things through the blood and the sacrifice of other people. I'm talking about the cult church in Jamaica, and it is about this very known pastor who claimed to be a prophet, or this guy, Kevin Smith, who died in a tragic accident while being taken to a court for a sermon over murder of people, giving sacrifices for people so as he could be more strong, have those powers in quotes, and have enough wealth or to be wealthy. So let's dive into this video and see whatever is happening in our world today, where so many people are dying in churches, where we should get salvation, we should get hope. So many people are dying there, going to get salvation, being cheated. This is the way, and then they are sacrificed. Let's watch this emotional video, then come back, give a big discussion about the same. Thank you.
Doctorate degree in divinity and a doctor of ministry degree. He was also a registered clinical counselor and a psychotherapist. Smith, in one of his sermons, explained why he left Canada and returned to Jamaica. We understand that Smith, his brother and 2 sisters migrated to Canada after their mother filed for the 4 of them. He was the eldest of the children. Canada was the promise of better life for Smith, his siblings and mother. Smith's father served in the Jamaica Defense Force JDF and afterwards worked at the Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC. His father died last year. A relative explained that Smith's father did not play an active role in his upbringing and at one stage left Smith as a little boy alone with his mother, and this contributed to a tough life for him as a child. Consequently, Smith survived mostly off grown provisions and other foods that relatives cultivated in the rural community of Cassava River in Glengough, St. Catherine. The relative said he helped raise Smith, but they grew apart over the years. He said he is concerned about the circumstances surrounding his death on Monday. But even
I do apologize for the audio issues on that story. Now, the police constable who died in the crash, Orlando Irons, has been described as a promising member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. He's been a policeman for about 6 years. Constable Irons was attached to the St. James Divisional Fugitive Apprehension Team.
I hope you watch that video, and it is very emotional. How someone came in the name of a pastor, of a prophet, and had a big flock of more than 5,000 people who he was leading. So Kevin Smith was arrested for allegations of manslaughter and having rituals in a center nearby a university where he could convince a lot of students, a lot of those people who are coming for hope of the future, to have a bright future, to make it in life. And he got so many followers, and his church grew into being big and big. And from the history that we've had, Kevin Smith grew up in a hard environment without parents. He had to survive with the help of relatives and well-wishers while growing up. And he came up and claimed that the Lord had talked to him to open up a church and to have some people who will worship the Lord in the truth. And so many people believed in him, and he had a lot of followers because his church was located in inner city in Kingston. So with all these happenings, in the midst of all these confusions, people believed him, and people flocked into his church. People started praising, people started believing in his preachings, believing in whatever he says in his teachings too. So with time, people had faith in him, and they could do whatever Kevin wanted them to do because they believed this was a man of the Lord, men of cloth, I mean, in quotes. So this went on, and it came to be revealed that some people were dying in unknown circumstances in his churches. Some people went missing, some students went missing, and this could not be explained because the circumstances under which they got missing were so mysterious. So many people were concerned about this, and for these reasons, the police came in, the authorities came in they started doing the investigations, and it was found that Kevin Smith has been taking people's lives, people's blood for sacrifice, and for this reason he was arrested. And so many people were striking all that, they were convinced, they were brainwashed to believing in him, to have to believe in him that he was a man of God. So he was arrested, and we all know whatever happened. He died in a tragic accident, being taken to court, and the police too lost their lives. So this is a very bold topic. We have been seeing churches, so many people calling themselves Christians, prophets, bishops, but in a real sense, they want wealth from you. They want wealth. They want whatever you have. And if you cannot give them you can't offer them money. So they are after your blood. They have to do rituals so that they can get whatever they want. And this is very bold topic because it's happening in Africa, happening in the Caribbean, happening in Europe, and so many other churches. We have been seeing those churches that are claiming to give people money, to give people hope, building them homes, and we don't know where all this money comes from. So this is just an awareness to Jamaicans and everyone who is watching this video. Please, please, please know the church you are going to, know those people you call pastors, know the people you are believing in. Do not take in all the preachings, all the teachings. Take the very important teachings, those that can help you prosper in life. Some other churches are there to drain you, to take everything you have from you. Other people are not even called by God. They call themselves, they have a meeting with their wives, their children, and they start a church. And then they start exploiting you, and you give into them. You give everything you have, hoping that the Lord they serve will one day give you a Ferrari, will one day give you a Mercedes Benz. That will not happen. Let's be careful. Let's not be confused. Let's not get into churches that we have no clue about them. Believe in whatever you've been believing all this while. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video so informative. And if it's the first time you're coming across the channel, please consider subscribing. I salute you all.